Well, congratulations. You just finished probably one of the most important sections in this entire action plan for success, and that is figuring out why you want to build a send out cards business. You know, the thing I would share with you is that's something you can revisit at any time. And I know many times when you do it for the very first time, it might be an exercise that maybe you've never done before. And when you do it for the very first time, sometimes you don't play as big as you would like to. So I challenge you, maybe tonight when you're laying down, as you're going to bed, just think about it and think if you really truly connected with why you want to build this business and what it can mean for you. If you didn't do that, just go back and add it. You can add something else to it. You can totally change it. You can redo it again. You can watch Christy's video again and then do it again. But I challenge you to play really big, because the more you truly go for what it is that you want to achieve and the more you emotionally connect with that, what you're going to find is it's going to create much better chance of you having the success and achieving the outcomes that you want to achieve. So that's really, really critical. Now this next piece is also critical too, because one of the biggest reasons I see people fail in this industry after not knowing why they want to build this business is, number two, their financial expectations are totally out of whack. I mean, they've got the craziest ideas about what's going to happen based on the time that they put into this business. I mean, I've seen some people have expectations that are some of the craziest things. You don't even believe it's coming out of their mouth. So let me share with you what I've seen, and then you see where you fit in this category, and you're going to determine whether that's a great return for you or not. Here's the interesting thing. After 20 years of working with hundreds of thousands of people all around the world, the thing I found is that success leaves clues. You denote patterns based on what helps people to have success, and on the other hand, what has people not have success. So again, these are the type of things that can share to help as you go through building this business and utilizing this action plan for success. Now, I'm going to share a couple categories with you, and for people who follow the action plan for success, they do the proper activity, and they keep it within our three principles, you'll find that these categories and these numbers hold very, very true. It's almost a little scary how accurate they are. They're extremely accurate. But again, I'll preface, people who follow the action plan for success, that doesn't mean multiple choice, do 3 out of 4. It doesn't mean deciding you'll do a few and not the others. It means doing all the steps, and it means doing them based on the 3 principles of success as well. So now let's get into those categories. The first category is a person that says they can spend 3 to 5 hours per week consistently every week for the next year building their send out cards business, following the action plan for success. Now, for that person, they can expect in their first month $300 to $500 return in their first month. And then by the end of the year, they could see between $300 to $500 per month in residual income coming in. Now let's take a look at that real quick before we go further, because sometimes people hear $500 a month and you get different reactions. For some people, that's an amazing amount of money for only 3 to 5 hours a week. Other people, they don't equate it to 3 to 5 hours a week, and they think, well, $500, that's not that great, but it is for 3 to 5 hours a week, and it's even better when you associate it this way. What would you need invested in a bank or in a stockbroker account or wherever you may have it? But what would you need invested to give you a return of $500 a month? You see, $500 a month is $6,000 a year. And $6,000 a year, let's say somehow, and I know you can't do it today, but let's say somehow you could get a 10% annual return on your money. Well, to get $6,000 a year, you would need $60,000 invested. So what can you do for the 3 to 5 hours a week for the next year that's going to help you save an additional $60,000? And now let's get even more realistic, because we got to be honest. Interest rate today's, if you could even get 2.5%, you'd be doing good. But let's say you could get 5%. Let's just say you found a way to do that. Well, you would still need $120,000 in the bank to generate a residual income of $500 a month. You follow me on that? What do you know? Think about it. What do you know you can do for the next year, 3 to 5 hours a week, that's going to make you an extra, after taxes and everything, an extra $120,000? If you know something, please contact me and let me know, because I'd love to know. I'll sleep 3 to 5 hours less a night to make an extra $120,000 in a year after taxes. Anyways, I think you get what I'm saying with that. Now, that's category A, and that's where a lot of people have to start, because that's all the time they have, and that's okay, because it's more important to get a start, because remember, what you start today is building, and down the road you get paid for what you start today. That's the beautiful part about it. Now, category 2 is somebody that can work 5 to 10 hours a week. In your first month, you could potentially see $500 to $1,000 per month. Again, following the action plan for success and doing the proper activity, you could see that in the first month. And by the end of the first year, you could be seeing anywhere from $1,000 to $2,000 per month residual income. Now, take a look at that. What if it is $2,000 a month? $2,000 a month. Well, that's $24,000 a year. Again, at 5% interest, you need to have $480,000 in the bank. Let's say you got 10%. Let's just be really crazy. Let's just be out there for a minute. You could get 10%. That's still $250,000. What do you know you can do for 5 to 10 hours a week that in the next year after taxes is going to give you $250,000 extra dollars? Okay, that's category B. Category C, somebody's going to work 10 to 20 hours a week. 10 to 20 hours a week. Well, somebody's going to work 10 to 20 hours a week. What they're going to see, 10 to 20 hours a week, somebody who's doing that, what they're going to see is they're going to see they have the potential to earn over $1,000 in their first month. And by the end of the first year, they're going to have the potential to be somewhere between $1,000 and $3,000 a month. It might be even as much as $4,000 a month. But that $1,000 to $3,000 is very, very significantly real and in the upper end of that. Again, taking a look at the same scenario, $3,000 a month, $36,000 in a year. Even if you could get 10%, which I know you can't, that's $360,000 after taxes you would need in the next year to give you that annuity of $3,000 a month. And the final category is somebody that can work over 40 hours a week, 40 plus. I'm talking about somebody that's going to work this full time, just like you went out and you bought a franchise for $250,000 or $500,000 or $1 million. You'd work at 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 hours, whatever you needed to do, you would do. But if you can do that and you follow the action plan for success, your first month you potentially could see over $2,500. That might be a little bit of a stretch, but it could happen based on you having the right contact base and again, based on you being coachable and taking the right activity. Second thing, by the end of the first year, if you're working 40 plus a month, you could easily be making $4,000 to $8,000, and there's a strong chance you could be making $8,000 to $10,000 a month in your first year. I'm serious, very, very serious. I've seen people do it. But again, you have to be totally coachable. You really have to put 40 plus hours a weekend doing the right activities, following the principles for success and the action plan for success. If you can do that, you could be in that category. But you want to hear the very best part of this all? If you do this for 1 year, and then if you go into your next year and do the exact same thing for another year, it's compounding. Just like the money that you invest compounds, where your business compounds, because you have more and more people who are getting more people to be entrepreneurs and getting more customers who are sending more cards and gifts, and your income is growing. What you can normally see in the second year is a 2 to 3 time increase. So that means at the end of your second year, let's just give a number. So you're making $1,000 at the end of your first year. At the end of the second year, it could be $2,000 to $3,000. And if you're making $5,000 at the end of your first year, at the end of your second year, it could be $10,000 to $15,000. And then in your third year, guess what? If you keep up the same level of activity, personally engaging new people and share and send out cards with them, supporting and helping your team to build, you can see another 2 to 3 times increase. That's the power of this model, and that's why the first 12 months is so critical. And literally, you take the first 2 to 3 years in this business, and that's why we say it can totally change somebody's financial position in life for them and their family. So what's your financial expectation? How much time can you put into the business? Wherever you fit, it's a start. And you can always go to the next level once you start earning enough income to put yourself in position to put more time into send out cards. That's the best part. No matter where you fit, there's a great place to start, and that place is right now with the right expectations, following the plan. So I hope this helps you out. We're looking forward to helping you achieve whatever financial success you want to within Send Out Cards.